Baik, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 2. Today, we will presentation about advanced operating system. But before we start the presentation, let me introduce ourselves first. Start for me. My name is Soras Fadila Rahman.
My name is Ridho Akbar Pangestu.
My name is Dian Rafael Ghazali.
All right, the first one is system program. System programs provide a convenient environment for program development and execution. Most users view the operating system as defined by system program, not actual system calls. System programs are relatively complex, but they can be divided into several categories, including like one, file manipulation. One, file manipulation includes creating, deleting, copying, renaming, printing, dumping, and listing file and directories. After that, next is status information, includes like date, time, hours, minutes, second, memory, or disk space usage and number for users. File modification. Several editor can be used to read or modify files stored on disk or type. The next is support programming language, including compiler, assemblers, and interpreters. The next is compiled in its execution. Communication, and the next is communication. Server has a mechanism for creating virtual connection between different process, users, and computer system. The last one is application program. An operating system must support programs that are useful for solving general problems or performing general operations such as compiler, text formatters, plotting package database system, spreadsheets, statistical analysis, package, and games. Next is how system program works. The system programs works by starting with the user issuing a command to an application or utility. The command is then forwarded to the kernel for processing. After the kernel executes the command and access the hardware, the results are returned to the user via the system program. System programs play an important role because they one, simplify operating system usage. Next is protect the kernel from direct user access and provide a secure and security interface. Next. All right, I will explain about layer in the right side. The outermost layer is users. Users are the one who give command to the computer, either talk and graphical interface or text comment. Users do not interact directly with the kernel, but rather talk system programs. The next layer is the application layer. This layer contains application program used by user such as text editor, browsers, and other applications. Application utilize service provided by system programs to interact with the operating system. Next. Next is the utilities layer. The utilities layer is the core of the system program. Utilities provide various system services such as file management, terminal command, system setting, and monitoring. This layer acts as a bridge between application and the kernel. The last one is the innermost layer is the kernel. The kernel is the core of the operating system, responsible for managing system resources as the CPU, memory, and input-output device. The kernel can only be accessed through system calls invoked by system programs.
Alright. Uh, Overview. Overview this figure illustration the MS-DOS operating system structure, which is not strictly layered. Explanation of S component. Application program executed by user. Example Loadstar Lotus 123. 2. Resident system program. Core MS-DOS component that remain in memory. Manage basic system service such as file handling and command execution. 3. MS-DOS device driver. Control hardware device. Example keyboard, printer, disk drive. 4. ROM BIOS device driver. Firmware level driver store in ROM. Handle low level hardware operation. Keyboard input, screen output, and disk access. Weakness of MS-DOS structure for separation between layers. Application can access hardware directly, low security and stability. Uh, Strength, number one, simple design, fast execution, suitable for early personal computer. The next structure Unix. Unix consists of only to path the kernel system program. The kernel sit below the system call interface and above the physical software. The kernel contains the file system, CPU scheduling, memory management, and other operating system functions, which are carried out through system call. A large number of functions at a single level. System program requires the kernel help in calling function for compiling and manipulating files. Alright, overview. This figure show the architecture of the Unix operating system, which is known for its modular design and robustness. Expression of S layer. Number one, user. People who interact with the system and access Unix via terminal or application. 2. Shell and command. Shell act as command interprets. Example, hash dan nban. Base. Responsible for executing other command. 3. Compiler interpreters and system libraries. Compiler translate source code into executable program. Interpreters execute script directly. System library provides standard function for program. 4. System call interface act as a bridge between user space and kernel space, prevent application from directly accessing hardware. Example, read, write, fork. 5. Kernel. The core of the Unix operating system responsible for process management, CPU scheduling, memory management, virtual memory, paging, file system management, input, output system, and device driver. 6. Kernel interface to hardware provide controlled access to hardware resource. Hardware, terminal controller, disk and taps device, physical memory. Alright, the next layered approach. The layered approach is essentially a top-down approach with all function defined and divided into components. System modularization is achieved by dividing the operating system into several layers. The lower layer, layer 0, is the hardware, and the top layer, layer N, is the user interface. Alright, overview this figure illustration the layered expression of S component, layer M, top layer, high layer. The highest level in the system contains user level function, application, new operation, does not interact directly with hardware. Use service provided by lower layer. Layer M1, located below the top layer, contains core system functionalities. Operation in this layer are often hidden from user. Hidden operation. Example, process management, memory management, file system service. Executing operation, basic system function already implement in lower layer, reset by upper layer to avoid redundancy. Advance of layer system, easier to design, maintain, and debug. Change is on layer do not affect others. Improve system security and reliability. Disadvantage perform overheat due to multiple layer. Next presenter.
Okay, next is virtual machine. What is a virtual machine? A virtual machine is basically a computer inside another computer. It allows us to create several virtual computers on one physical device. Each virtual machine can have its own operating system. For example, you can run Android or Linux on your Windows laptop without deleting Windows. How does it work? You can think of your physical computer as a big building, and its virtual machine as a room inside that building. Each room has its own furniture, like CPU, memory, and storage, but everything is still part of the same building. All the rooms are managed by a special program called a hypervisor or virtual machine monitor. The hypervisor divides and manages the hardware resources so its virtual machine works safely and doesn't disturb the other. Now I will explain the pictures. In the picture is the two different type. First is system without virtual machine on the left side and system with virtual machine on the right side. First, I will explain the system without virtual machine on the left side. On the left side, we have a traditional computer system. Here, the kernel operating system directly manages the hardware. All processes or programs run on top of that single kernel. This means all programs share the same system resources, like CPU, memory, and I/O devices. If one program crashes, it can affect others because everything depends on the same kernel. Next is system virtual machine on the right side. On the right side, we add a new layer called virtual machine implementation or hypervisor. This layer divides the physical hardware into several virtual machines. Each virtual machine acts like a separate computer. with its own kernel or operating system, its own process programs. Technical workflow. On the right side, first start from hardware. Hardware provides the real physical resources like CPU, memory, and storage. Next to virtual machine implementation or hypervisor splits those resources into smaller virtual parts. Next to virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, virtual machine 3. It runs its own kernel and processes, just like a real computer. And the last, the programming interface connects the virtual kernel with application. So they run as if on real hardware. Next. The advantage and disadvantage of the virtual machine concept are as follows. Advantage is can run multiple operating system on one computer, safe and isolated. If one VM crashes or the others keep running. Great for learning, testing, and experiment. Portable, easy to copy and move. Simulates devices like virtual printers or disks. Disadvantage is slightly slower performance because of resource sharing, requires more RAM and storage space, complex to manage when running many VMs. Next. Conclusion, it's important to understand how hardware, software, and intellectual devices relate to each other for a computer to operate successfully and efficiently. These three elements work together effectively, allowing us to use computer technology for a wide variety of tasks. Next. Maybe that's enough from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.